We got an email yesterday that honestly was shocking, like in a good way shocking. Hi, welcome to a new vlog. It has been a long time since we've done one. We've just been so busy not being busy. We've just been chilling, having Easter off and all that stuff. I'm currently packing a wholesale that we got today because that's how good we are, getting them out the same day pretty much. I just thought I'd start the vlog now. It's Thursday. What's the date? The 21st of April. Normally we start them on a Monday, but next Monday is Anzac Day. It's a public holiday, so I thought I would just start it today. So it's going to be a pretty random vlog at that. Tonight is the launch of our Oh My Florals collection, which is, I think it's like 14 floral bows, all limited edition, not returning. So that's going to be exciting. And I guess throughout this vlog, I'm going to be answering random questions. I left a thing on our Instagram the other day to say, what questions do you have? So I'm going to be answering some of those questions just throughout the vlog, if I remember. The first one I want to answer is about ambassadors, because we get a lot of questions about how do I become an ambassador? Are you accepting ambassadors? Etc. So we've gone through, like, we started in 2018. We've pretty much had ambassadors since we started. We've gone through phases where we have a handful of ambassadors, and we've also gone through a phase where we've had like 200 ambassadors, and we always seem to go back to having a bit more than a handful. I would say we probably have between 40 and 50 at the moment, maybe a little bit more. But when I say we, I mean me and Jan, because we both are responsible for ambassadors, but mostly me, because I'm usually the one on Instagram answering all the DMs and all that jazz. But I just find it too hard to manage a lot of ambassadors, and I just feel as though quality over quantity. I think that's pretty important through a lot of aspects of life, and ambassadors is no different. I just find when we've had a lot of ambassadors in the past, they've not really done anything different than having just a handful. It's sort of like the same people getting their codes used, because they're the ones that, you know, get their butt into action and do stuff. So we don't want a lot of ambassadors, nor are we really looking for any. I feel as though there's just a shit ton of businesses at the moment doing ambassador searches, and then it sort of pressures other businesses to do ambassador searches. I'm not one of those people, because I don't actually really give a shit what other businesses do. That's up to them. But I just don't really want to do ambassador searches anymore, because I find, unfortunately, you know, this isn't all, obviously, but there's a lot of people that spoil it for everyone. They become an ambassador and then they don't do anything, or they leave and jump at the next chance to go and model for someone else, and I find that quite rude. In saying all of that, we're not doing ambassador searches anymore. I'm just going to be picking, or Jan will be picking, people that we think support our brand all the time, have bought from us before. I know a lot of people seem to think that when you want people to have bought from you, it's like, oh, you're just doing that to get sales. No, you're doing it to make sure that people genuinely like you and your stuff and what you stand for. There's no point bringing on an ambassador that is just in it for freebies or pretending to like your stuff. I want people to actually like my stuff, otherwise they're just lying, right? So we're not going to bring on any new models unless, you know, there's a customer that continuously buys from us, continuously promotes our stuff like any other ambassador, but they just don't happen to be one. We will probably make them an ambassador then. But in terms of holding ambassador searches, I'm going to instead do collabs. Every time we have a new release, I'm going to list on our website like what the new thing is, and if you're interested, fill out the form. And it's going to be pretty serious in terms of you'll be required to post X amount of posts. Your posts need to have all the stuff listed in the caption. You know, it's going to be like you're getting the thing for free, so that's essentially how you're getting paid. That's all I'm going to do. So we're not having ambassadors, and between you and me, I think, and this is a personal opinion, so don't think that I'm trying to come for any other brands or anything, because as I said, I don't actually care what other brands do. If they want to have 4,000 ambassadors, that's up to them. I just think if you have a lot of ambassadors, it's almost a gimmick at that point. Like, you're trying to, I don't know, saturate the market just with you, and then it doesn't seem genuine to me. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, but I just think there are a few brands out there that seem to have every single man, woman and their dog as an ambassador, and it's to the point where you go on all these people's pages and it's like, use code and it's just this same brand over and over and over, and it doesn't make me want to buy from the brand. It just makes me think, Jesus Christ, you are paying a lot of people to say good things about your stuff. Do you know what I mean? I just think other brands tend to ask everyone to be an ambassador, and then it sort of takes away the specialness of it. You know, it's just like, oh, another person's an ambassador for that brand. Not surprised. So, no, we're not really going to do too many ambassadors. And also, every time I seem to get a new ambassador, there's another brand that basically steals them. She literally has stolen every single one of my ambassadors that I've ever had, and always takes my sloppy seconds. No offense if you are a previous ambassador, we love you, but I'm just saying, like, this one brand, anytime I have a model that leaves or whatever, she's like, hey, want to be a model? It's, yeah, okay. So that's another reason I don't like to do ambassador searches, because it sort of encourages other brands to come over and steal the people that you don't choose or whatever. I don't know, businesses are dodgy. So I think that's all I have to say. I will answer some more questions later, but yeah, the ambassador one was just something that came up and I was like, I feel like I want to talk about that. So yeah, and I'm just going to show you the bows that are releasing tonight, and they're all floral, obviously, because it's called Oh My Florals. This one's annoying. We made this, and I try to cut them carefully so that you get as much floral as possible. Look at it. Nah! So no one will probably buy that one because it's got nothing on it. Sneaky peeky velvet in there. Hey bitches! So we are making all these bows. Normally we have them pre-made. Well, I always say normally we have them pre-made, but we never seem to, so that's a lie.
She's a fibber.
And Jen's over there sewing and cutting elastic and things. And I thought, what a perfect opportunity to talk about some shiz. We keep getting asked about our new collection that's dropping, which is a Zodiac collection, and I wanted to talk about that. So I think a lot of people think it's going to be multiple designs for each Zodiac sign, which no, it's not, because we don't have that sort of money. So it's one design, but it encompasses all of the Zodiac signs. It's been a long time in the making because we've made a lot of changes that take a lot longer, and we've decided that we're actually going to spend a lot more time and effort on new collections, because I feel like there's this pressure, especially with other businesses, that you need to release, you know, like 5 prints at a time and be better than everyone else.
And show off how much money you're spending.
Yeah. But
and look how much I ordered in.
Yeah.
Wow.
But from our experience, when, I can't speak for other businesses, but for us, when we've released multiple designs at one time, they never seem to do very well. The last time we did that was, we had Zebra, Mosaic, Floralicious and Flower Power, and we ended up putting all of those on clearance because they just didn't really do very well. Like, we did sell them, you know, it wasn't a flop or anything, but compared to what we sell now, it was just not great. But then we had OK Bloomer, which came out by itself, and Reach for the Sky, the cloud print, which came out by itself. And they've both done super well and are selling amazingly. And I think it's just more quality over quantity, and the fact that you're able to promote it well. Whereas if you bring out 4 or 5, it's a bit overwhelming for people, I think.
I don't think people have any idea what's going on.
Especially if the designs don't match one another, then it's kind of like,
say,
oh, a bunch of random shit.
Like a jumbled sale.
Yeah, like the clearance section at Spotlight.
Spotlight.
Like Kmart, we love Kmart.
Target, everything hanging on a rack.
Yeah. You went to the clearance section. That's what it looks like in my opinion. Like now I look back at Zebra and all that, I'm like, oh, it kind of just looked like a bunch of random shit.
Yeah.
Even though the prints individually were good, I just think because they were released at the same time, that's why they didn't do well. And also we have started, the Zodiac one's the first one, we've done this, but we've changed up the hardware so it's not just the black standard. We're changing up our logos as well so that instead of it just being a black logo on everything, we're changing it so that the logos match each design. And we're just spending a lot more time, you know, doing the proper research and development of what we want each collection to be so that our brand has a bit of a story, I guess, and so each collection isn't just
what can we do?
Here's a random thing we just came up with, or here's the harness, collar and leash by. We're actually making a collection, a proper collection. So the Zodiac one not only has your harness and your leash and your collar and all that, but we're also bringing out something extra for the dogs that goes with it. And then we're also bringing out something for the mummages that goes with it. So it's a full-on, I don't know, proper collection that we've thought out. It's not just, here's a bunch of random shit because I felt pressured by the community to bring stuff out. And I think that's another reason that we don't want to, because everyone wants to compare you to other brands and say, this brand just brought out 20 new designs, so where's your 20 new designs? I don't want to do that. I just think it's a waste, and I think then a lot of it probably goes to landfill, which is not what we want. So we've just taken a step back because we felt pressured to keep bringing out new designs and be on top of the game, but we've just decided that's not who we are, that's not what we want to do. So we're just taking a step back and really putting in the time and effort into each collection so that it can be the best that it can be, I guess. What do you think about that, Jan? What do you need to add on to that? Without being a bitch.
You know me so well.
Yeah, so we just, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to talk about that because there's so much pressure within the community to bring out a million designs all the time and be on top of the game and be better than everyone else, and we just don't fit into that vibe. Like, I just don't want to be involved in that shit. I just want to stay in my lane, bring out things that are good. You know, I don't want to bring out a random print that I felt obligated to bring out because everyone else was doing it, and you know, like the Zodiac thing, I don't think I've seen anyone else do that. I've seen space related prints, but I haven't actually seen any Zodiac related stuff.
Someone's probably working on it right now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something that I think is different and unique. I think also, this just came to mind, but like consumerism and, I don't know, fast fashion. People always like to refer to the dog industry as like fast fashion, and you know, you wear something once and then chuck it out. I also don't really want to be part of that. I like to create, like these bows for example, these are things that people can wear for a long time and sort of have as a collector's item and cherish it and stuff. So I kind of want our walkwear stuff to be the same, because I just think, as I said, with the last time we brought out a collection of things and it was like 4 random designs shoved together, it didn't do well, so you end up putting it all on clearance, and because then they're so cheap, I think people will just buy it just for the sake of it, and I don't know. I want to have something that's timeless and thought through. Is that what you think?
Yes, absolutely.
You're not very helpful today, are you?
No.
What about that? If you could start again, would you do anything differently?
I don't think so.
No?
We've had fun. We love it.
Mostly.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't want to do anything differently, because then we wouldn't be where we are today. You know, all the mistakes and things that you make and the experiences you go through, whether they be good or bad, have led us to now.
Exactly.
So you don't want to do it different. No. But if I could do something differently, it would just be careful who I am friends with in terms of other businesses, because a lot of people out there just want to stab you in the back.
They want to be your friend when we first started and be a nobody, but once you start to grow
and they become
they don't
threatened
like
by you,
and then they want to start rumours. Yeah, they're threatened. Instead of just being happy for you, they're not.
Which, by the way, someone that's happy for us is Kate from Pooches. She's an absolute legend.
She's a legend.
And Christina from Boys Label. They're people that are technically smaller than us, but they treat us just like we're normal.
Well, we are normal.
We are. Well, And another question, what are your goals for the rest of 2022? Love you. Love you too. What are your goals?
Me?
Not that it's your company, but
it's not my company.
You can still have goals, I guess.
Keep being employed by Holly & Co.
Oh,
please.
You're on the right track.
Got to kiss a bit of ass first.
Yeah. Well, we plan everything together, so...
Yeah, we do plan everything together. No, just to keep doing what we're doing and get better.
Oh, well, that's not exciting.
Well, you're the company owner, so you have to say what your goals are. Mine are just...
To be a millionaire.
Yeah, well, just to keep doing.
My specific goals for this year, and I think we did actually say it at the start of the year, was to focus more on mummages. We have bought an embroidery machine, an industrial one that was very expensive, and we have to wait 10 weeks for it to get here. Well, 10-ish weeks. But that's my goal. So with an embroidery machine, we'll be able to have better quality, because I personally don't really like screen printed stuff or heat pressed stuff. I don't know, I just don't think it's as durable, in my opinion. So
at least you know embroidery won't come off in the wash.
Yes. And I'm a sucker for embroidery, and embroidery stuff from overseas is really expensive, so we would rather do it in-house. That way we can reduce our prices, we can customize things, you know, we can have people's names on them, and we want to extend our dog mummager range, because we have that trademarked and spent a lot of freaking money doing that. But the only thing at the moment we have dog mummager on are hats, I think.
And
I don't know.
Pajama tops. Brought out.
So we just want to, well, I want to grow that. That's my goal for 2022, to get more mummager stuff, you know. And I guess what we were talking about before, I want to get new designs in everything, obviously. Like, that's always a goal, but I want it to be quality over quantity. I want to make our stuff better than everybody else. I just think there's so many people out there now doing the manufactured overseas stuff that I want to work on making ours better. That's my goal. I forgot to show my nails the other day. 2 days ago I got them done, and Jane got hers done too. You're not in the camera. There we go. Can we just talk about this bow? This is probably one of my favorites. I love this. I love aqua. So pretty. What's your favorite thing about your business? Not much, really. I'm kidding. The dog photos, like customer photos, I guess.
I love seeing all the pups in our different things. Awesome.
That's probably my favourite thing, because everything else about your business is hard, but at least at the end of the day you get to see happy dogs in your stuff. And you know, selling all around the world, you'll see a dog and it'll be like, oh, I'm from Mauritius. I didn't even know where Mauritius was until we had someone buy from there. Oh,
and I didn't even know how to say it.
Yeah, we're like Mariatis.
Mariatis.
So I guess also selling around the world is my favourite thing, because I never take the time to think about it, but like there's dogs in other parts of the world wearing our stuff. Like, that's crazy when you actually sit down and think about it. People walking around with Holly & Co. That's crazy. And also someone asked, what's your least favourite thing about your business? Other businesses.
How everybody just...
Everyone wants to compare you to other brands all the time. That annoys me, I guess.
Like, oh, you brought out a blue bow, so you're copying somebody else.
And also
comparing like it.
Comparing in terms of like how many followers you've got. Like, oh, that person's got more followers than you, so they're better than you. And I'm like, well, in your opinion. And just the competition. People want to make it a competition when it's not, or it's not in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just over here chilling. So that's probably one of my least favourite things. Just social media in general. Like, obviously I like seeing dog photos and I like interacting with customers and posting reels and TikToks and things like that. But just the toxic side of social media and the drama that comes along with it, I don't know, not here for it.
What shocks me is it's all about the dogs.
The way people act.
Well, it should be all about the dogs.
But the mummages think they're famous.
And if the dogs could say to their mummages, stop
you look like a
that,
fuckwit.
you're an idiot, stop writing that, stop all the drama, then they would stop. But dogs can't speak, unfortunately.
So that's like toxic people. There's a lot of toxic people on Instagram, unfortunately. Well, not just Instagram, but that as an example.
Yeah.
So that's probably least favourite thing, just that. And I guess being copied. We've talked about this before, but being copied's not enjoyable. Although it's kind of amusing now. We've moved on. We've moved on from the grieving stage.
Yeah.
We're now in the laughing stage. I think it's funny when people copy.
Yeah.
There's some questions on there, but we've sort of answered them before.
Yes.
Like what inspired us and stuff. So.
Yeah, we've said that. Holy doggins.
And as I said, I'm also going to do a video on our journey, so a lot of that will be covered in that. Hi, welcome back to Monday. It's Anzac Day, but we decided to work because there's no one in town and it's really nice and quiet. So, besides packing all our my florals, and people bought other stuff. Also, will this be backwards? No, it should be the correct way. It's only backwards because of the viewfinder, but my dog said no. We got an email yesterday. Was shocking, like in a good way shocking. But basically, I'll put it on the screen here somewhere. You can pause to read because it's long. So pause the video. Have you read it? Good. We got that. We've never had someone say that openly that they've copied us and apologise. That's just mind-blowing. When I first got the email, I thought it was like a scam or something. I actually didn't know what it was. Just want to say to this person, good on you. Like, you have balls, because to admit openly that you f***ed up, that's awesome. And I guess I just wanted to say, if you are someone that copies, not just me, but any other brand, that there's always time to apologise and fix your mistakes. You don't have to continue what you're doing, and you don't have to be embarrassed about it. Like, just, I think I speak for most brands when I say that we are pretty normal people, and if you admit your mistakes and say, hey, I copied you, I messed up big time, we're going to be cool about it. You know, we're not assholes. Well, most of us aren't assholes, so you know, there's always time to rectify your mistakes. And to get this email from someone, for them to openly admit, hey, I did actually copy you and I've realised that it's not cool. This person is a legend. That's just so good. I guess also this kind of was nice to get this, because sometimes when you find people copying you, you almost feel like you're making it up because it happens so often. We have probably 50 to 100 copycat businesses, and it gets to the point where you just think, am I just making this up? like, are people actually copying me or am I just being dramatic? But to get someone to actually confirm, like, hey, yeah, I was actually copying you, everything that you did, it feels good. Because now I know I'm not crazy. Now I know that, yeah, someone was genuinely copying me. What are your thoughts on the matter, Jan?
It can work two ways, because they could be doing it to clear their own conscience.
And I guess this just goes to show you that there's a difference between inspiration and imitation. This person was inspired by us but then proceeded to imitate us, which you're never going to be successful doing that. So yeah, I just thought I would share this because this is something that never, ever, 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 ever happens. Copycats just seem to think they're going to get away with it. And I mean, this person, as I said, they thought, oh, it's just one post, it won't harm. But one post by like 50 different brands copying you adds up and it sucks. So yeah, if you are someone that's either copying us or any other brand, just know that you can apologize. You can like own up to what you're doing. You don't have to be embarrassed by it, and you can move on and learn from it. It's not.
And if you don't want to apologize, just start doing something different.
Yeah, just like rebrand. Make a rebrand that's completely you and start again. It's not. Your customers wouldn't even notice, to be honest, because most customers don't know you're copying. So, you know, if you start again, they're not going to know. So I think this, I'm hoping by putting it in this video, will sort of start a revolution of people realizing what they're doing is f***ed up. Not only is it illegal, but it's actually just morally wrong. And hopefully this will make other people start to own up to their shit and stop doing it. Because this person, like, you have balls, man. You're a legend. I just thought I'd add that one in there. And we're going to continue packing now. So yeah, this person, legend.